And I wanted to start today, if it's okay with you guys, I wanted to start standing so we have a little bigger range of motion for our shoulders to warm them up. So if you're seated, just take your time, no rush. We're gonna pop on up when we're ready. Maybe take a few stretches that your body's calling for, just kind of arriving on the mat with a lot of love and kindness towards your body. I like that yellow shirt, that's pretty, very springy.
Right.
And then we're gonna start literally with some shrugs and some shakes. You guys know I love these shakes. So maybe do like a little step touch or just like a little bit of movement in your body. And then start to shrug shoulders up and down. And literally let your hands shake. They'll probably shake just left to right in the beginning. But then we wanna kind of get them flapping forward and back too. And if you can, shake them like, I don't know, I tend to go like down, like I'm shaking water. So then I try to shake them up a little bit too. Just like all different ways as fast as you can. Take some big cleansing breaths in through your nose and then open mouth exhalation. Then moving arms away from body forward and back, up and down. Great, great thing to do first thing in the morning. It's a little later than first thing, but this is a nice way to energize your extremities as you're waking up. Maybe reach them behind you a little bit, flap a new way. They start to feel like they're like separate, right? They start to feel like they're gonna fling off. That's a good thing. That means you're getting really loose. Take one more big breath in and out. And when you're ready at the bottom of that exhalation, leave the arms hanging long and soft. Oh, get those little tingles, love those, that's your new energy. And then take a big stretch forward with your left arm, look forward. As you circle it behind you, look away from it, really stretch far away. Try that a few more times. Inhale forward, look at it, and then look away from it as far as you can. Get a little neck stretch. Ooh, feels so good. If it's too intense, you know that any time in class you just make things a bit smaller. We're gonna go for 3 more. Big breath in. Look away. Try to get really open in the left side of your neck. Inhale. Exhale. Twice more like that. And if you feel a little crunchy in that circle, you can pause somewhere, work it out. But as we say here, just pause for a moment. Keep reaching back. Take one more big stretch and then just open your fingers. Push away. Release down when you're ready. Oh, okay, relax into the left side of your neck there. Sometimes it feels a little tight. You're gonna do the same on the other side. Reach your right arm forward, super open in the fingers. And as you circle back, begin to look away from your fingers. I tend to pull my left arm away, like the opposite arm away, just to feel like you can open your chest a little bit bigger here. Oh, how smooth can you make it? Big breath in. Full exhalation. If it feels a little crunchy or edgy or hitchy, that's normal. And work some of those edges off. Let's try 2 more with your breath. Big sighs of exhalation. Spread your collarbones. Feel like they're beginning to smile. One more all the way around. And then that next one you take, let's pause that. Try to open your fingers. Maybe turn your head a little bit further away from your right fingertips. Should feel pretty intense over top, back of shoulder, and right side of neck. Come on back to the center. Beautiful. Sweep the arms all the way up. And back down, other way of the circle. Let's get into our legs. A little bend of the knees. And release. A little bend of the knees. And release. 2 more like this. Releasing shoulders. We're going to floss up next in a chair pose. Big breath in. And out. Let's sit in our chair and reach forward. Buns as far back as possible, feeling like we could lift the balls at our feet. And when you floss, you ladies know this already. You squeeze your shoulder blades together and then push your fingertips forward. So it's a shoulder blade squeeze, arms move straight back. Squeeze the pecs together, shoulders move forward. Pull back as you exhale, forward as you inhale. Nice. Sometimes the elbows get a little bendy and we kind of drop them. That's okay. Just start to feel the shoulder head moving back. That furthest little nook in the back of your socket and all the way forward. Take 4 more like this. Big breath in. Big breath out. 2 more. Using breath, squeeze, squeeze. Reach all the way forward, all the way up. Eyes follow fingertips and then release to the ground. Forward fold. All right, let's move a little bit. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Exhale, release. Bend left knee, twist right arm, open skywards. Looking up towards right fingertips. Give a little sway of your hips to the left and the right. Drop right arm around low back. Lots of optional binds today. Possibly lifting left ribs and hugging, fingers around left thigh. Eyes back down, release to forward fold. Moving or not, all through your shapes today. Left arm, big rise as the right knee bends. Take a peek up towards your left fingertips. A little sway in your hips. Fingertips fall around, low back. Maybe you lift your right ribs and grasp your right thigh. One more big breath. Eyes down first, unwind everything. Take another tumble forward, and let's find a tabletop. All right, when your fingertips are facing forward, we're gonna floss again. Just a little extra weight here. So when we floss, belly in, yogis, and then just try to drop belly straight, so not a cow. Belly flat as you drop, and then flat as you push up, not a cat, right? We're just flossing in and out. Tuck toes for this first round, so we can warm up the bottoms of our feet. Inhale, exhale. 30 more like this. I really love these. Try to kiss your shoulder blades into your spine. Squeeze your pecs in like you're hugging your heart. 2 more.
Figure out how to do it.
Yeah, I know. It's a little awkward when you first start. Okay, so take as many more if you have a couple of awkward ones that you're just working out. And when you're feeling ready, let's stretch away in downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Just hanging here and trying to release your shoulders. Maybe dropping into one side, dropping into another. Take another big cleansing breath in. And then we'll seal our lips for the rest of our practice unless you build up enough heat that you feel like you need to get rid of it. Lift your left leg, point your left toes, and just stretch far away from your midline. Option yogis, look out under your left armpit and possibly drop right forearm. Completely optional. Just a funky little version of your three-legged dog. One more big breath in. Eyes look back forward, press out of both hands. Drive back to that three-legged dog and then drop your toes. Take another wiggle to free your body. Inhale, right leg rises. Really point your toes here. Stretch your toes open wide. Peek out under right armpit, optionally dropping your left forearm. Take another breath in. Eyes back between the thumbs. If you drop that forearm, press on up and drive back to three-legged dog again. Toes down. Let's roll forward. Big inhalation forward into plank. Drop knees for the first round. Drive your heart through the upper arm window and slowly release. From here, yogis, crawl toes, wipe them any way you can get them back. Nice chaturanga. Let's bring our arms to goalpost. Feeling good in your lower half, really anchored in. Palms float above the floor. Chin tucks. Neck is really long. Extending fingertips all the way overhead. And pull them right back. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Feel that bottom edge of your shoulder blades really connecting with your spine. Inhale overhead. Exhale back. Now see if you like it if you turn your thumbs up. Palms face one another. A little bit more outward rotation in our shoulder. Inhale. Exhale. One more big push forward. And back, let's stay back. Neck should feel really long here. We're lifting from the shoulder blades. Elevate your toes, knees, and thighs. Breathing. Tough to breathe when you're on your belly, but as far as tension goes, we should only feel it between blades. Maybe a little in the low back as we build up that heat and strength. And in our thighs, squeezing together. Release. Beautiful job. Push back child's pose. Child's is going to be our offering rather than puppy. But I'm going to take you through puppy, which is super intense on the shoulder. So if you like it, come with me. Otherwise, you'll do all of the next steps in your child's. Hips over your knees. Walk hands forward. And for puppy, we want to create a ski slope in our low backs. So you really lift your puppy tail. Melt your heart down like your body is dripping. Your chest is dripping into the earth. Resting on forehead, less intense. Resting on chin, eyes looking towards thumbs, definitely more intense. And if you want more, you would tent your fingertips. It's going to give you more space. Feel your armpits get really hollow and allow you to sink down. And then just take notice. There's no wrong way, but what is your back body doing? Do you feel your sits bones, pelvic floor, inner thighs, calves, and ankles? Are things being wonky? Are they rolling in a weird way? Can you fix anything? One more big breath in. If you're on the tented fingertips, relax back to palms. Roll your body forward and draw your forearms in. Everyone will meet now in child's with palms facing the sky. All right, so one last round of either that extended child's or our puppy, and we're gonna thread the needle this time. One more big breath in. Okay, let's come back. Forearms flat, you can stay right here. Otherwise, revisit puppy, find that ski slope. I like to take my feet a little bit wider. We're gonna thread the needle here so you feel really steady in your knees. Find your puppy, sink down. And then when you're ready, your right arm threads under the left. Now just notice the difference of peeking under left armpit. Yogi's choice where your right palm is, up or down. You just choose one that feels really good. All right, so we feel pretty good, yes? We feel deeper. We look now forward towards the left thumb. Wow, that's a big stretch. And again, you can tense your fingers on the left hand, always making sure your knuckles are bent here, like you're popping a tennis ball. You're squeezing it tight in your palm. All right, breathing through all those sensations in your shoulder. One more breath. Release your tented hand. Eyes may want to look under left arm again to give a little space to unthread. Stretch back forward and release. Palms turn up, shoulders roll out. You can drop your head or not. Maybe you just want to stay forward and release. Ooh, there's those shoulders we talked about. One more time, yogis. Coming back forward. You're an extended child's or your puppy. And when you're ready, let's draw that left arm underneath. Just check in that your hips are still on top of your knees if you're in puppy. Sometimes it takes a little adjusting. Eyes are looking towards your left fingers. Staying, or for the more intense option, eyes twist back forward towards your right thumb. Really feeling your chest sink heavily into your left shoulder here. Tensing right fingertips is our last option. Looking at them, making sure the knuckles don't look splayed. They look super active here, like a little spider. One more big breath in. Full exhalation. Release palm. Look under your right arm. Opens it up a little bit, and then you might be able to unthread more easily. Shift forward. Land on your forearms last time, but we're going to go forearm cat-cow. So we are going to find tabletop this time. And when you're ready, exhale, push out. Palms are facing up still. Pretty weird, right? Exhale, round. And then inhale, pull navel down, tail up. Do that again, but get a little sassy with it. As you roll into your cat, let your hips fall side to side. Or wag your tail, whatever makes sense in your brain. Same in your cow. Lift your tail and then try to like wag it. Or you can think about crunching your sides. All right, let's go again, but this time we're gonna circle. As you find your angry cat, push your ribs to the left. Circle navel down through cow. Lift your chin, lift your tail. Press ribs to the right, and then roll back up into cat. Let's keep going a couple more times that way. Roll out, down, out, and up. And then we're gonna switch directions. So let's hold in the center. Press ribs right. Drop through your cow, really find it, lift and lengthen. Push ribs left, roll up. And then just do it at whatever pace feels beautiful. Going for two more. Really smooth, efficient digestive systems after all this hugging. Refinding your forearms flat. And we're gonna take a little plank, stepping your feet back. So if you need more cat-cows, you're welcome to visit longer in any of our shapes. Bring big toes to touch for a little bit of a triangular shape, making it a bit tougher in our stability. And then lift your left toes, cross them over your right heel. So a little three-pronged plank here, breathing in, warming our shoulders. Uncross, right toes rise, they cross right over the back of our left heel. Squeeze your cheeks together, your buns, so that you feel a little bit more strong and steady. Uncrossed, both toes flat, let your hips melt slowly. Sphinx, hey, love the little sphinx. Let's draw our chest through the upper arm window. Spacious in the shoulders, freedom in the shoulders. Ooh, thank goodness. Both toes rise again. Hamstring curl, left heel towards butt. Re-extend, stay elevated. Hamstring curl, right heel towards butt. If you ever experience knee pain as your hamstring curling, do the opposite of your ankle. So if you're pointing and you have pain, flex, and vice versa. Stay lifted. You're going to try to drop down here. So we want to look forward, stay really strong in our Sphinx. We're going to go for 2 more big squeezes. Squeeze in, feel all your muscles loving into your spine. Last one, exhale. Extend, well done, yogis. Release head, and let your buns shake side to side. Just loosen up your low back. Let your shoulders swivel a little bit. All right, we're gonna re-rise. Let's push back child's pose. Downward facing dog. Tiptoe forward. You can also look forward, take one giant step followed by the other, or hop forward. Roll to rise, and let's stretch out our shoulders again. Big lift, clasp hands behind, low head, not low back. Open your head, pressing back, throat opens, facial features spread wide. Now don't worry, I cannot see you, so it will be weird, but don't feel weird. Open your mouth as wide as you possibly can. We're gonna do a little face yoga. So you open it like obnoxiously huge, like you could fit an apple inside, and then wiggle around like through your cheeks, like wink side to side, frown, like scrunch your eyes, make a lot of wrinkles in your forehead, just do weird things in your face, but really stretch your cheeks. And while you're doing all this, push your elbows out wide, feel your heart and your stomach opening, feel your shoulders spreading, squeeze through the blades. One more big breath with your face yoga. I love that. Sometimes it feels like your face is gonna crack because you don't open it that big, right? Reclose your face, soften here. Stretch arms back up and overhead. Stand tall. Melt down any way it feels good. Forward fold. Halfway lift, yogis, breathe in. Exhale, release. Right leg takes a giant step back. Soft landing, but then wiggle far so you feel like you can bend to 90 degrees in your left knee. High lunge. If you'd like to kneel, you're always welcome to. Take a stretch skywards. Inhale, eyes and fingers up. And then let's squeeze to scissor our hips. So think squeezing right hip forward, left hip back. Swivel to the left side, right arm forward. Archer lunge. Beautiful. Keep squeezing your inner thighs. Left arm falls to back of right thigh. Right arm opens. Exalt your arms. Big breath in. And then a smooth windmill down to twisted lunge. Right arm falls, left arm rises. Keep tugging. Left sits bone back, really square in the hips. Shoulder circles forward now, yogis. Reach forward, swivel back, reach a couple more times. Does it feel different if you claw your fingertips? So if you take them and whoosh, claw, might feel a little tougher in your shoulder there. Big breath in. One more. All the way back down. Step your foot forward, forward fold. Hang really heavy here and try to tug the top of your head down. So you might like to hold the backs of your legs to tug down. Take another big breath. Clasping right thumb on top, hands behind the low back. They can rest there. Or stretch them skywards to really rinse shoulder tension away. I like to see it here dripping off the front of your shoulder heads. Just feel the release. See it. Make it happen. We release, fingers slide down your body to the floor. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Left leg steps back. Inhale, arms rise. Did you just notice I said exhale, breathe out? I meant exhale, forward fold. Squeeze your inner thighs together. See that rotation? Right hip back, left forward. Archer lunge to the right. Really feeling your left ribs coming towards your right thigh. Exalt your arms. Right arm finds back of left thigh. Inhale, eye gaze. Left fingers skywards. Windmill down smoothly. Twisted lunge. Left hand down, right arm up. Take a big twist. More left ribs into right thigh. Circle forward. Just really open palm. Webbing spread wide and energetic to start. I like moving through the back here. Might want to claw a little bit, just see if it changes anything. And if you did 2 clawing circles, let this last one be super soft and gentle. Releasing to downward facing dog this time. Plant palms, push back. Take a big sigh of relief through your back body. Head through elbows, chest to thighs, thighs to wall behind you. Rolling back forward, inhale, plank position. Exhale, chaturanga. Staying here for a moment, wipe or step your toes way far back. We're gonna shoelace. So make room to take your left arm over your chest, out to the right side. And then we're gonna turn here to rest our chin heavily down over the left shoulder. You can go the other way as well. So the right arm would stretch over and you can do double arm. If it feels better, just stay right with that one. And once you get heavy, chin over, your right shoulder, if you double cross, you'll feel a little bit deeper sensation. If you need more, it's not very graceful, but the only way to get a little deeper is to tuck your toes, and then you just scoot yourself forward. But that's how we get a very intense shoelace stretch. Notice if your hands start to get really soft, fingers curl up. I always feel like that means we've gotten a really deep shoelace. Taking another breath in. We're going to stay for a long. I know this can be kind of uncomfortable in our chest, so we're going to rise up. And then just look to one side to peel that arm out. Look to the other side, peel that arm out. Release. Take fingertips into our iguana formation, tented hands, elbows high, and just shimmy a little bit through your shoulders. Maybe roll them back or floss them a time or two. Drop your left shoulder and look over the right. Drop right shoulder, look over the left. Pull that left shoulder back as you do. Let's switch again. When left shoulder is down, right is pulling away from your lobe. Same as the right drops. Pull left back. All right, yogis, final shoelace. Let's get readjusted again. We're going to go right arm under. So 10 left fingertips, and you can stay right here. Just kind of hang out. If you want, both of them, the left one's going to come in front. And then if it feels like, you want a little more, tuck your toes. This is the scary one for me. When your dominant arm is in front, it's going to feel pretty intense, in my opinion. Everybody's bodies are different, but this is the dominant one for me. Try to soften. You want your throat to fall right over that top shoulder. The heavier we can get in our upper body, the more we'll feel the release. Big breath in. Soft, slow breath out. We tend to rush that one. One more. We're going to move out on this exhale. Don't you worry. Whenever you're ready, look to one side and just release an arm. Look to the other side, release that other arm. Take your little shoulder jiggle. And then let's push back to kneeling to get out of our shoulders. Kneeling on the shins with either toes tucked or untucked. Spread your arms super wide here. Clasp hands behind low back, left thumb on top, and stretch down towards your heels. All right, you know this one. Let's wrap the left wrist. And as we drop the left ear, we're going to try not to crunch. We'll think about like a giraffe neck, extending it way far away over that left shoulder while staying long in our spines. If it feels nice but you want a little more, you can tuck chin to collarbone and then lift chin. It's really listening to your neck here. Tuck, lift, and come back to center, but re-extend far first. Back to the center, well done. Stretch behind you, wrap around the right side. Think less crunch, like a drop, and think length in giraffe style, all the way. Push that earlobe past your right shoulder. Drop your chin towards your right collarbone, only if you want extra. All the way up like you're jutting your chin skywards. Just a few more times. Breathe in. Last round. And then before you come back to center, really stretch back out to the side, up through the center. Re-stretch fingers behind you, arms rise. If you need to palpate, to rub like a piano player along the back at all, please do. Make it feel good. And then when you're ready, forward fold. Let's step to the top of our mat and really get our flow on here. Join me, yogis. Inhaling from forward fold into halfway lift, but spread wings out to the left and right side. Backs of hands floating to the ceiling uncontrollably, like a helium balloon. Keep rising. Tuck chin so back of neck is wrinkle-free, and wiggle all 10 toes. Float fingertips back down. Right leg long lunge back. We're going to kneel a lunge for a moment. Everybody kneeling, and we're going to shift back to 90-degree knees. So making sure our joints are stacked, front heel under knee, back knee under hip. Squeeze together, and then reach back for the right foot. pull that heel in towards your buns. Outer, inner arch, both are really good for shoulder, but we're gonna try to stay up in this 90-degree knee. It's a little wobbly. Try to squeeze back knee towards front heel. That'll give you some more stability. And then really using the power of our right elbow to bend, heel towards buns up here. Don't worry, we'll get drippy in a sec. Or maybe sooner. I know, me too. Waddling all over here.
The right hand and the right leg, that would have been.
Oh, you were going opposite?
I was going opposite.
Yeah, that's hard. That's hard on the knee. Okay, release your right foot, yogi. Hands to hips, let them drip down, and feel free to step your front foot forward or your back knee back. Whatever feels good to get heavy in hips here. Tuck right toes, elevate back knee, bring it back to life, arms rise. Stepping forward for chair pose. Stay really low, make sure you can still see your big toes. And when you're ready, step that left leg back. Same thing, just a little step. So we have aligned joints in 90-degree knee. My bad, I should have reminded you this. Left hand, that's what's going to grab. Left heel to butt, outer, inner, you choose. But we stay up really tall like this to try to maximize the quad stretch. So you probably notice when you drop your hips forward, it comes into hips and groin. Right here, we're working on our balance and we're working in this left quad. I always like to check and see whether my shoulder likes inner arch, top of toes, outer arch. Where do you have the most squeezability? That's like a great compliment. He's very squeezable, right? We'll love a squeezable person. Where can we get squeezability today? All right, let that go slowly. You might want to step forward, hands to hips for heaviness. Just let everything drip down. Ah, one of those moments. Tuck your left toes. Rise through your left knee. Bring that kneecap back to life. Rise through the arms, inhale. Exhale, step to chair pose. Sink low enough that we can twist to the right side, but fingertips may skim the floor. Sink back as low as you can. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, sweep to the left. Now, as you're doing this with breath, inhale. Exhale to twist. Knee points and hip points are staying forward. Exhale. One more swivel each way. Last one, big breath in. Big breath out. Hold that chair pose, inhale. Yes, the legs are getting warm, we're all here together. Drop right arm over navel. Left fingertips on top of wrist. We're gonna pull it down and across. So I encourage you to go navel because oftentimes you see people stretch like this in this stretch. So we wanna go low so the tension can drip off of our fingertips. Eyes to the right. Look away from your fingers, breathe. Come back forward, beautiful. Stretch to the sky. Left arm across your navel, right fingers from the top of our wrist. Press down and pull over. Once you get situated, eyes look left. Big deep breaths in here, especially into those thighs. Now you need an open mouth exhalation, right? Coming back to the center with eyes, sweep to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Beautiful, ladies, halfway lift. Inhale. Pull your shoulders back and down. Exhale, release. Left leg steps back. Take this huge stretch to the sky, and then swivel your left blade edge down. Warrior two. IVs over right fingers. Can you see your right big toe? If it's hidden, pull your knee out towards your baby toe. Good. Re-engage inner arch on the left foot. Take one more big breath in. Tug of war to the right. Just lean your body. Really work on lower side staying long. Same to the left. Tug of war over here is winning. Left body stays long. One more each way. Breathe in. Breathe out. Clasping hands up and overhead. Kali Mudra. All fingers clasped except for pointers. Extend those long and try to shift to your extended side angle with this Kali Mudra. Overhead too tough. You know where to go. Down. Down more. Breathe. As you exhale, reverse your warrior long extension. Swivel left shoulder under, right shoulder back to shine your heart skywards. Staying in your warrior two, come back to the center. Refine that right big toe, optionally lift your right heel. Stay calm for a second. Replant right heel. Right forearm down, left arm wraps around the low back, trying to reach for those right inner thighs again. Little half bind to help us open our chest. Ungrip your toes, breathe, yogis. Eyes look down towards right toes. Elevate your left heel, unwind the arms. Low lunge, push back, downward facing dog. Whoa, breathe the heat out of that right leg. Give yourself a wiggle. Whew, that felt better, doesn't it? All right, let's move through a vinyasa. Forget everything you just did. Clean your slate. Breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Coming back into those goalpost arms. And as you stretch or wipe your toes way far behind you, hover hands, tuck chin, neck is wrinkle free. Try to bring your elbows together behind you to kiss. Sweep arms overhead, touch your pointer fingers together. Pull back, elbows kiss. Now mine obviously aren't really touching, but you think energetically they will. Bring your pointer fingers together overhead, carving out this big sphere around us. A bubble of positive energy for today. Let's go twice more. Exhale as you pull back. Open your chest. Inhale as you do ET phone home, fingers overhead. And one more big round. Inhale. Exhale, hands back down by your sides. Soften your shoulders, your buttons, your legs. Let everything flop open. Press back downward facing dog when you're ready. You're always welcome to visit child or table, whatever serves you in the moment. Left leg rises high, big breath in. Look in between fingers. Try to land right where you're looking, right between your thumbs. If you got stuck, help yourself. Nice. Take a big twist, left arm rises. And then if you're feeling really steady here, back knee down or not, you can elevate your right hand. Either use the hand or the elbow across. Make a little prayer twist maybe. Press through palms, heart rises to sternum. Scissor thighs, breathe in. Eyes back down, breathe out, release. Back leg steps forward, take a deep fold. Backs of hands press down on the mat. The tops of your feet or your shins. Give your wrists a little break. And then find your way to extended mountain pose. Inhale. All right, clasp your hands really loosely overhead. And let your right arm fall behind, kind of like a tricep stretch, elbow bends. Yeah, but we're gonna just hang on. So just watch, sometimes we get like this. We wanna stay upright and just kind of let this arm hang, the left one, as we pull down. Lift your chin for a little extra. Press your skull back. Same thing, reach up above. Really loose sensation there so that when you draw arms to the right and let your left elbow bend, it just really hangs. Or your right elbow, whatever side you're on. Staying up very tall, optionally pressing back. I don't know. You know, it's good to experiment because sometimes I feel like things make it more intense. Sometimes I kind of like my first option. So just breathe wherever you landed. Lengthen out of your low back, big stretch to the sky, forward fold. Here we go again, yogis. Halfway lift with intention. Exhale, release. Right leg takes a long lunge. We elevate arms high. Keep that back knee lifted. We're finding that warrior two this time. Swivel. Land. Maybe make some seaweed movements in your arms to soften your shoulders. Bending into your left knee, but always checking to see that you can find big toe. Elevate inner right arch, tug of war to the left. Thinking about keeping really long lower body. Yes, feel that kick on the inner thigh? Tug of war to the right, they are winning. Keep your right armpit pulling away from your hip. Back to center, recheck in that all is well in your alignment. So nice. Kali Mudra, extending infinitely long, hug elbows with your ears, hug ears with your elbows, and then extend longer. Side angle, tip to the left side. What happens with your chest, yogis? Do you notice that you might be down? Let's try to roll the left shoulder under and the right shoulder back, very broad and wide in your chest. Come back to center, tip to the right. So here, left shoulder rolls back, right shoulder rolls under. Big, beautiful breath in. Come on back to the center, big swivel. Exhale. Soften the arms down. Beautiful. Windmill all the way back and down. Twisted lunge. Right hand stays, left arm sweeps open. And if you're really happy here, stay. Otherwise, we're going to come right arm around, Left hand pushes, yeah. And then we take that prayer twist one more time. Take another big breath. Let's scissor our inner thighs together. Fingertips fall, eye gaze follows, push back, downward facing dog. Take a wiggle to free your body. Take your left leg high in the sky. Big breath in. Look forward, step. Right foot follows, hang heavy in your forward fold. Inhale when you're ready, enliven your body by crawling skywards, one vertebrae at a time, both heels rise. Be the longest you can be. Eye gaze might help you extend an inch or two further. Heels fall, fingertips fall, exhale softly. Left leg steps back, right arm rises, big twisted lunge. Just checking in, do you want to stay here? Oh, feels good. Or you can thread that left hand or left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Now watch, the right hip wants to poke out, so we're gonna draw it back. Maybe a little prayer, and if you do, press palms to inflate. Eye gaze up, chest to thumbs. Release, push back, downward facing dog. Take a vinyasa flow. We're in rapid fire here. Breathe in, breathe out. Clasp hands behind low back, and we're just gonna tug back. Knuckles towards the heels, shoulders pulling wide, toes, knees, and thighs rise. Yogis, a little something different today. We're gonna turn our toes out to the left and right side. And as you do, tap your heels together. So get really broad in your chest, chin tucks, neck is long, and we're gonna attempt to turn toes to the left and the right, and tap, 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 tap through the heels. Feel the buns squeeze. It's okay if you're not tapping. One more cycle of breath. Don't worry about how many taps you do. Just breathe, get strong in your back body. Exhale, fold. Toes turn back flat, fingertips release. Downward facing dog or child's table, then dog, you choose. When you're ready, right leg rises high. When you step forward, we're doing our last twist on this side. Opening your right arm, big breath. Let's tug that right hip back. Feel really squared in the hips. Optionally, left arm over again. So we had 2 shots at this. If you didn't do it the first time, maybe I'm not going to do it the second time. But if you didn't do it, just try. Little prayer push. You can always kneel this twisted lunge. Eyes back down, fingers back down, push back downward facing dog. I'm very sneaky today. And we're going to take a big twist. Yogis, take your feet wide left to right. Maybe your pinky toes are off your mat. Just feel like you're safe though. Right hand reaches for the outer left leg. I would recommend bending your left knee. Feels so good if you can sneak under your heel. You can shorten your stance. And then we're going to straighten that left leg and peek out under our left armpits. Yes. So if you can even cut the bottom of your heel, that can feel great as you straighten your leg. Woo, hello, right shoulder. Big breath. Breath comes out, unwind. Maybe moving forward and back in a plank, just release your shoulders here. You're welcome to go through a vinyasa and come back. But when you're ready, we're gonna stay in this short down dog. We're gonna start yourself wide, and let's go left hand under belly. Bend your right knee. It's going to be easier to grab something this way. Straighten right knee any way it feels good, and then peek out under your right armpit. Take another big breath in here. Directly into your left shoulder. Unwind when you're ready. Our final vinyasa for today. Let's breathe as we feel good, yogis. As slow or as fast as you want. Inhale, exhale. Back bend up any way. I'm going to go a little iguana arms and lift. But I love while you're here to take that little dip like we did earlier, just doing it in a bigger version. You can drop your shoulders, look the opposite way. When you're ready, press back child's pose. Tuck, rise through the hips. Now, whatever way you want to turn, we're going to step long on our mat. It does not matter. I just need you to turn the wide-legged forward fold in some way. You don't need to see me. We're going to be good here, guys. All right, that same thing we just did down low, doing it in our squat. So let's turn our toes out to the sides of our mats. And as you drop your butt, your knees should be just about in the middle of your feet there. All good? Okay, bring hands to the inner thighs. Just give them a little push, knees out towards baby toes. Let's try that same thing. Drop left shoulder. Eye gaze looks right. Try that again. Just slow on the first one. Right shoulder drops. Eye gaze looks left. And then we'll work it with our breath. When you're ready to inhale next, drop left shoulder. Exhale, drop right shoulder. A couple more times, breathe in. Breathe out. One more, in and out. Nice job, my friends. Back to the center. Turn toes in. They may face forward or even a little pigeon-toed in. We're wide leg forward folding here. And we're gonna walk to the left foot first. I like to start on the weird side sometimes. Both hands to the left foot. Maybe this is where we stay. Or we can bring left hand to our hip. Take a peek over that left shoulder. You can put your right hand anywhere under your left foot. You can hold your left calf. We're gonna outstretch our left fingertips. Now, how light can you get in your right hand? So are you able to help something float a little higher by feeling this lightness? Big breath in. Big breath out. Fold over your left leg. Maybe we're hugging it with both hands, nose to knee if possible. Soften back down through the middle. You can just hang here, but if your head is on the mat, make sure you close your toes to the center line a little more so you can be effortless in your upper body. I love this part. Let's move on. It felt good, right? I hope so. So we're moving both hands to the right. Just a soft twist here. Let's look over the right shoulder. Right hand to right hip, making it bigger only if you want it. And then let's figure out, where do you want your left hand this time? You can sit on the floor, you can hug right calf somewhere, you can slip under your right foot. Stretching right fingertips skywards optionally, or body's got to wrap around her low back. That's nice. But can you get less reliant on the left hand, softer? Lift up and away from your bottom hand. One more big breath in. Release. Eyes down, fingers down, fold over your right leg. Stay here for a moment. See if you can really twist your nose and forehead over your right shin. And when you come back to the center, we're staying right in the middle. Let's make sure our head isn't touching the floor. All right, that's super cool twist. We worked on this one a few weeks ago. We're gonna go left hand, holding outer right ankle. So yes, you may need to step really close together. Make sure you can hold on, and then making sure when we take the right hand over the left arm, we can hold the other leg. Yeah, you gotta get really close on this one. It's a little play in the beginning to figure yourself out, then you'll be good. Okay, hang heavy. We're holding on to both ankles here. You're twisting your eye gaze to the right. Start to move your right elbow out and peek out under your right elbow. Big shoulder twist. You can soften your knees as much as your hamstrings need. We've done a lot more shoulders than hamstrings, so if they're feeling a little cranky, keep your knees soft. Toes soft, jaw soft. Hey now, good work. Take another big breath in. And when you're ready, just move your head out of the way, turn yourself back to center, and let your arms fall. And you might like to turn your toes out and take a yogi squat. That's a lot of forward folding there. I really like to do that, and then I'll push to sit up and out of pelvis. Just kind of finding freedom in the upper half. That twist is fun. I love it. Let's come back down. We're going to do it again, but we're going to go right arm under first, yogis. Take your right hand and hug the outer something on the left leg. I usually go ankle or maybe calf. Left arm has to be in the front this time. You can just chill. You can also just look over to the left side. That's nice. And if you're feeling swivelable, swivel your left elbow out, peek your head right under it. Yes. Hence all the shoulder stretches so far. This is a tough one. Feel a little bit like an octopus, right? With like all these appendages everywhere. One more big breath. Exhale, release. I like to sneak my head out first, and then I'll let the shoulder come back. Let the arms hang heavy. Maybe you can stretch them out behind you. Walk all the way back behind you. If your hands are reaching behind your heels, play that little balance game. See if you can lift your heels. Let your heels melt back down. And then re-find a yogi squat really slowly. Toes turn out a smidge. Completely optional. You're either staying here or we're doing our chicken wing. Chicken wing, oh man. That was the one where we hooked our fingertips behind our ribs. Maybe just one arm and then tuck your wing inside your knee. Maybe both arms. You just want the tips of your fingers behind your ribs. That'll give you more flexibility. And if you feel great, you hug your knees in. That's how we start to get the intensity up. Just one at a time feels really nice, both if you're used to this stretch. You'll notice your fingers get a little lazy and they start to curl towards your palms. So really press your fingernails into the backs of your ribs, straight fingers. Just taking another big breath in. The more you do this, I promise, the better it feels. And then when you're ready to remove, let your knees come open. Lean to one side, take the opposite arm out. Lean to the other side, take the opposite arm out. If it's new to you, it'll feel super lymph noodling. Okay. Move softly. Not sure I can trust those arms now, I don't know. And when you're ready, forward fold yogis. Holding on to opposite elbows, just hang heavy and take a little pulse of your forearms towards the floor. Let's get into the hamstrings a little bit. All right, let's turn back to the short end of our mat so you have room to step back. Let your fingertips fall and take your left leg back far like you're gonna lunge, but then we're pyramid posing. So we're gonna keep both legs straight. Back heel, that left heel is lifted and push out. Okay, so you might be used to your pyramid with fingers on the floor. Let's see if we can start to walk softly up the right shin. Can we bring hands to our hips? Can we rise our bodies to standing? If you feel like you stepped on a tightrope, widen your feet. And then hinge halfway down, shoulders super relaxed from your lobes. And coming into your legs. Really trust the inner thigh. Squeeze. Tug left hip forward, push right butt back. You're welcome to come down with fingertips under shoulders if you need it, but one more breath if you can. Fingertips fall under shoulders for everybody. Step your back foot in, so now you're still in pyramid, but it's flat. You might even step it in more. We're gonna try to hug that left calf yogi. So take your chin down like you're gonna sit it on your right toe. When you feel really long in your back, you're welcome to bend your right knee any amount, but we're gonna reach back towards the left foot. So you can just swivel your fingers and keep them like little tents on either side of your legs, or if you feel like you've stepped close enough, you can grab your left calf. Hug your nose down towards your right knee. Keep scissoring thighs together so you don't tumble to the side. This is our little balance challenge in our standing posture today. One more. Fingertips back under shoulders. Lift your right toes for a minute. Pull them back towards your hip. Oh, that feels better. Safe and secure. Nice job, yogis. All right, let's do a little spin around with our record. Step your left leg back. Spin a little 180. You're going to spin everything to the right side. Spin around to the left foot. And go super wide first. So wiggle that right foot back. Your right heel will be rising. And then you might like to stay just here today. This is cool. Big, wide pyramid. I want you to feel your right calf. And soften your left knee if the hamstrings cranky. But when you're ready, hands come to your hips. We're going to slowly try to rise out of here. So let's get wide enough that we're stable. Squeeze right hip forward, left buns back. Stand all the way up and out. Oh, yeah, that's tough. And then on a big inhalation, flat back, just halfway down here. We're going to try to hold this for 2 breaths. Push out through your right heel. Soften your right hand, strong, energetically through the inner thighs. Final cycle of breath. Fingertips fall under shoulders. Nice work on the hamstrings. You step your right foot in, closer than a typical pyramid. You want that right foot flat, but think I'm going to try to grab that right leg, right? So I need to be super close today. Let's tug our chin down towards our left big toe. Get really long in your spine. And walk your hands back towards your right heel. I always turn my fingertips. Yeah. So we could stay here. This is awesome. Feels good, yes? Or we can hold on to our right calves. One hand on either side of that left leg, right? Yeah. Because I feel like if you tried to go inside, it'd be really hard. Yeah, it would mess up your hips. This is such a fun one. It's always a rocking and rolling type, like you're on a boat. A little hinging over this way, hinging over that way. Start to squeeze belly up towards spine, thighs tighter together, and breathe. That'll definitely help you. One more breath in. Fingers full. You can readjust to any depth width, but we want to lift our left toes here. Yeah, front toes. Soften your right toes. Take a breath in, a breath out. Nice job, yogis. Let's step back down on the left foot, step our feet forward, and take a really bent knee squat here. Big toes together, feet wide or whatever makes you happy. Hold chin down towards your knees. Just get a deep knee bend, and then try to hug your forearms around your shins. Stay balanced. Your heels can be down or up here. One more big breath in. And as you fully breathe out, lift your chest. Try to look forward. Reach your fingertips forward. Sit down into your heels and sit down onto the earth. You may plop like me, or you may come down slowly like I hope to do. Nice. Body did it. All right, turn around to face me, yogis. And we're going to finish with cow face, a little bind in our arms. Right leg down. Left knee stacks on top. If this is very intense for you, the right leg would be straight and we'd be in half cow face. Knees still stacked. Tops of feet coming flat. Our goal is going to be to get the left sit bone down. If that means the left foot's up, prop things under it so you feel comfy. Let's take our right arm skywards. Bend the elbow. Hold on to the back edge, and we're going to really push head back on this one. Sitting up tall. Assisting this tricep stretch. I love this one because you can use your toes. If they're flat, you can use them to really help you sit tall. Sink heavy into that left sit bone. All right, so if you're a binder, then you might be able to just reach that left hand down, up, and grasp your fingers. But if you need a little more on your shoulder, you can take right arm down around your low back. Left hand does whatever it can to pull the arm across. This is going to loosen you up a little bit and help you become a little more pliable. Take another breath in here. All right, then see if you want to come back. Right arm up, left fingers reach under for that little bind. It's okay if you're not attached. You're just reaching towards them and not making contact, no worries. Hanging out up top or bringing your body forward, but being aware that if you round your back, it's going to get way harder to bind. Try to keep it flat unless you want the challenge. Keep that left sit bone down as you fold, really working into left outer thigh. Try one more cycle of breath with your shoulders, and then we'll release these babies. And rush that one. As soon as you get to the bottom of that exhale, let your rolled shoulders go if you need it. Take another breath, getting really cozy and heavy in your body to help your left outer thigh release. All right, you're going to be sitting back up. Roll your shoulders back a couple times. Maybe take your fingers to the head of your shoulders. Just a little compassionate touch feels so nice. And we're going to go just a moment in pigeon here. So this left leg is coming back around the corner. You can choose bendy pigeon or straight leg pigeon, but we're going to activate our pigeon today. So instead of just plopping into the pelvis and the right cheek, wherever you've landed, you're going to draw your right knee towards your back knee, and you'll notice that the hips will activate and rise. So instead of being soft today, we're going to go whoosh, really squeeze them in. You can flex strong into your right foot. You can hover your hands, clasp hands behind you if it feels really good, and try to just really activate your inner thighs. Think again, left hip forward, right cheek back. Squeeze for 3. One more big breath. Sit back down on your right cheek and allow yourself to lean back to lift both knees. Give them a little roll around, or you might just like to jiggle them forward, tick-tock your toes, whatever feels nice for your knees and your hips. And then we'll try the other way. Yogis, left leg comes down first, or straight for that half version. Right knee stacks on top. Yeah, always try to do it with my feet and legs first. Try to wiggle in there, but there's probably going to be a little bit that you have to like push and finagle with your hands. So if there's a lot of space between your right leg and the floor, prop that up. Really make sure you're grounded in the right sits bone. Reach skywards when you feel pretty good. Left arm bends. Right hand gives it a big old hug. Oh, that feels so good. Press your head back. And then if your toes are on the floor, try to use those to help you press up so you're really tall. Beautiful job, yogis. Lots of breath. And right away, you can consider binding. If you feel great, your right hand might reach down. Always think that the bottom hand is the harder one. So if you're right-handed, this is going to be the trouble side. And then if you'd rather get a couple of extra stretches in, you can take the left arm behind your low back. Your right fingers would grab somewhere. I usually try to hold my wrist, or I'll clasp my hands and just want to drive the left arm over to the right side. Oh, I like this little clasp, and then I really push my knuckles over. It feels awesome in the left outer shoulder. So whatever's right for you, you can stay right here. Fold. Anything's going to be pretty awesome. I'm going to try to go back up for the bind. So left arm would be high, right arm is down here. Fingertips wiggle towards one another. You can keep holding the elbow point. And as you fold, it's always yogi's choice, but if you round your back, know the bind is going to get a lot tougher because your back expanded. So it made it hard back there. This is nice. Folding, releasing. Tension from jaw, cheeks, eyes, forehead. Wherever you can let go. There's a lot of holding on in this particular posture, so let's find something. Trying one more breath. We definitely want to enjoy at least one with our arms down low. So letting them go whenever it feels right for you, but taking at least a breath with extra heavy shoulders and upper body. Maybe chin curls in, we rest our face down heavier. Stay as long as you'd like, my friends, but if you're ready to rise, we'll look forward. Lean back onto the left cheek so our right leg can escape, and you try either modified pigeon. We're just going to activate it after all that holding now. Or right leg back pigeon. Okay, and once we get there, feeling a little bit sticky, yes, after that big stretch. Once we get there, try to pull left, buns back, right hip forward, and then squeeze left knee to back knee. So squeeze together through the knees. Get loose on the fingers. Maybe we have an opposite thumb on top, clasp behind low back. Wherever you are, we're finishing in this pigeon with 3 breaths. One more big breath in. As you exhale, let the hands fall if they clasped. Let your left cheek fall. Sit heavily and then swing your legs forward as your hands reach back. Let your knees fall side to side. A little windshield wiping, cleansing of the hips. Or you can just stick your feet out and jiggle your knees if they need it, or your toes. Whew, that was big on the hips at the end. Okay, so when you're ready, knees back to ceiling, feet flat. Scoot your buttons so there's no flesh under tail sits bones, and hang on to your thighs. Let's take a big lift forward. Lengthen, and then the opposite. Round back behind you, tuck your chin, roll down, feet flat the whole time if possible. Use a little bit of core here. And when you do arrive, hug your knees to your chest, rock side to side. I'm just going to get the lights. And take any stretches that you feel like you need to release a lot of the big twisting and shoulder work we did today. So options would be spinal twists. Get that little stinker off. Spinal twists, yogi, so you could drop your knees to one side. I like you to be grounded in one part of your body during your twists. So If your knees fall and they're connected to the earth, your shoulders can be elevated. If you're planting your shoulders really strong, your knees can be elevated. Okay, well, that light is not going off today, so my bad. Sorry, guys. And then if you chose a spinal twist, switch directions. Taking some easy breaths in here, grounding top or bottom half. I really love to think about the amazing energy the earth has and connecting to it, spreading a system of roots to draw up. And know that if you're not on the floor, that's okay. Like if you're on a second level, that's okay because her power is immense and it definitely spreads. You can root yourself down and connect to Mother Earth energy from anywhere you're grounding. It's a great time of the year to get outside, get your feet dirty, find some dirt, find some grass, even cement if you need to, but press your bare feet into earth to draw up some of that really nice energy. It's one of the easy ways we can take our yoga out into the world, just grounding, spreading, feeling. Very slowly coming back into the center if you took your spinal twists. And if there's anything else you need, so maybe a happy baby or a couple hamstring stretches, whatever your body's really craving at the end. Nice little energy ball going on in the studio here, and then when you're done, I am the worst with time management, and it's 10:30 already, so if you have to go and you do not have time for Shavasana, I apologize, but if you can stay, we're just going to take a couple of minutes. We'll be a little late getting out of here today to rest, release, and renew. And I'd like to offer you a little mantra today. It is my personal favorite mantra that I try to do whenever I'm rushing around to cool down, if I'm in traffic or just have like a stressful situation. I'd like to share this mantra with you today. And it's okay if as we're repeating it, you forget it or you make it different, like the word gets screwed up, it's okay. Just breathe and relax. The mantra is Om Moksha Ritam. Om, you've definitely heard in yoga, the universal sound. Moksha, liberation, emotional freedom. I really love that one. That could be from stress, from past trauma, disastrous situations in your day, whatever. Just let yourself go, emotionally free. Ritam, connecting with the rhythm of the universe. Universal sound, liberation and freedom, connection with the rhythm of all universal life. Pretty amazing. Om Moksha Ritam. And I think by repeating this mantra, by breathing it into our cells, into our extremities, all the way into the furthest corners and nooks and crannies of our bodies, we can really embody peace, connection, a sense of lightness as we free ourselves from any binds or constraints that are holding us back. Om Moksha Ritam. 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 Coming back into that mantra. Anytime today things get a little out of hand or you just need to reset, before we start to wiggle and move back into our routine and our life, let's take a little mental snapshot of ourselves right here and right now. I love to do that because this is where you revisit when you come back to your mantra. When you felt hopefully strong, balanced, a bit more flexible and coordinated, a little bit more stretched out. When you felt better than you did an hour ago, hopefully. So when you're ready, stay longer if you can. We do need more Shavasana. But if you have to get going with your day, we're going to bring a little wiggle and movement into the furthest extremities and then make the joints above it feel a little happier with some moving, rolling, circling, maybe just some energetic breath. You can do a couple flashing lights with your toes and your fingers, open, close, open, close. Take a peek over each shoulder, warming into your neck, re-inviting your neck back to movement. And then definitely stretch really long wherever you are, reawaken your body, and then stretch really tight wherever you are. A little ball of energy or a hug towards your midline. And then just either roll to one side or the other, come out of any position that you were in, and find your way back into seated or standing, you choose. Let's come together here with our palms at heart center. And just one more time, so that we can remember it if we need it for the rest of our week together, we'll consider that mantra. Now you can simply just breathe here, but if your mantra resonates with you, feel free to repeat it mentally or aloud. Om Moksha Ritam. Beautiful job today, my friends. Thank you for joining me in class. My divine light honors yours. Is so humbled and grateful to be able to lead this class and grateful for you for joining me and sharing your practice with the rest of us. Namaste, my friends. Have a wonderful weekend and thank you for coming today.